So yesterday I got so tired, I just called it. I went back to where I was staying for the night. So we're going to head into Nottingham now. There's not a single soul about. So we're going to head into Nottingham city centre now. But we're right by Ridgeway shopping centre. So I stayed south of the city down there. So it's 7:20 in the morning. So we got until 11 o'clock. And then I got to get back to where I'm meeting the lads at 11:30. So let's go into Nottingham and see what we can do in the next 3-4 hours, which is loads of time. So let's head back in. Maybe Nottingham city centre is going to be quiet, at least up until 10 o'clock. And there's a weeping willow. I wonder who this fair lady is, carved out of wood. We are in the land of not Robin Hood, so that could be Maid Marian. And then right back here we've got the trams. It's actually a quite wicked little shot, that is. So yeah, we're about 10 minutes away from city centre now. So. It's a little Robin Hood there. Maybe the cat is. So there's Castle Rock pub here as well, which Castle Rock is one of the major breweries in Nottingham. And this is called the old Cold House. Possibly for storing stuff. But back in the day, pubs were also used as mortuaries because of their cold cellars. So if someone died, they would temporarily put a body in the basement. Which I learned back home as well. Like some of my local pubs were used to house bodies when people died and stuff. So yeah. So the train station's right here. Like everything is like within a decent bit of walking distance, in my opinion. The city centre is built up with a lot of residential though, because literally you got residential housing there, and then right here you got the main train station. So the boundaries of the city is a bit closer than what you think, really, especially the central part of the city. So we're going to go and check out a statue in a moment, which is just behind the station right here. There's a pub on the corner there called the Brew House, which I was in the other night when I got here on Friday. Let's check out the front of the station though. Well, no one's here. So there's Nottingham station, and we're going to go around the back of the station and then head towards the city over there. And behold, a very, very quiet Nottingham Central Station. So you're probably wondering why I checked out my hotel really early as well. I'll tell you about that in just a moment when I find another place to go. But I wasn't too pleased about my reception on Friday and just the way they organised the rooms. But I'll explain that in a minute or two. Starbucks. Bentinge Hotel. It's a canal museum there. That's wicked. I can literally see fish rising as well. Reminds me of Skipton a little bit. Yeah, we're going to have to go down there at some point if we've got enough time today. We've got 4 hours, so there's a few things on my agenda, but that's so cool. And this is a little clue to where I'm going. So we've got a poster over there painted on the wall about equality. because of the riots in 1958. So we're going to go back further in time than this, but it is in regards to the slave trades. So we're going to head on down here and find a really cool sculpture which represents the slave trade in Nottingham. Fucking ghost town. If this is Liverpool, the roads would be chocker with traffic right now, and loads of people walking up and down the sidewalks, just rushing to work, meeting people before work. Yeah, it's dead quiet. It's nice, I like it. Are we rolling? We are. So we're on Carrington Street. Billy Peace Big Toby. So this is a natural, these are wildflower gardens. And this is what we've come down to see. Standing in this place, meet the legendary makers and team behind this project. So, I can't get in. So this is to represent the slave markets when the cotton field workers met on market day. There's so much detail in this. And you can see just by looking at the woman's face alone how like really happy she is. Just read up more about it. You can literally see the cotton blankets here. Right, let's read up. Right, so this sculpture is to commemorate or to show respect and peace and love to all the unnamed slaves that helped in the cotton industry in this sector of the UK, this part of the UK. I don't know if they're both slaves. It doesn't actually quite say on the placard. It might be a slave and owner, or two slaves, or a slave and just someone who lives here who works in the same factory. But yeah, what a great place. Wildflower garden. Right, so we need to go this way now, behind this very pretty car park. I'm trying to walk slow because like nothing's open right now. Like literally nothing is open in Nottingham. No one's in work or going to work. I know, it's just so weird. I live in a city where everyone's, I mean, what's the time now? 20 to 8? Like everyone's in motion right now back in Liverpool. There's a little pond in there, but it's just overgrown a bit. What a lovely little garden. You can see where some people have gone up over to look in the pond there. Can I look in here? Do they have any koi carp? It's hard to see. So this is the start of the high street there with all the UK chains on it. I'm pretty sure I walked up that street the other day. It was full of like people having a night out. But I do recognise where we are now, because me and Mike went behind one of these abandoned buildings just up here. I'm pretty sure it was. We'll go find the central part at some point as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure me and Mike went to. There's an abandoned building on the next row, I'm pretty sure. And there was like loads of kids winding up the security guard running in and out the building in balaclavas. So quiet. Right, so you got Castle House there, and you got Archer House here. And then there's this tiny little Cresswell Yard. Check this out. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this video. It's a bit weird because I got here, explored for a little bit, met Mike briefly, worked, and now we're back in Nottingham. So I don't know if there's going to be one or two videos. Maybe one. It's pissed there. Okay. I thought there'd be a plaque on there or something. Right, so we're going to go down to the castle next, just to get that off. They do tours, but it's too early, so I can't book one today. We'll go and check it out. It's another one of the really old boozers, yeah. Of course, with every boozer, there's potential rubbish on the floor. Ye old salvation. It's not magistrates. Something else now. Another boozer, Royal Children. And then we've got a church down here, so let's check this out before we go down there to the castle. St. Nicholas Church. So this is community service information. And then this is obviously, oh, they do like a service in Chinese on Sundays. That's cool. And then here's the graveyard. There's some graves on the floor too. Or parts of graves on the floor. And then right on the clock there, right in the middle, there's some writing, and it says, "It is time to seek the Lord." The Lord is talking to us. Funded by National Lottery Heritage Fund. There we go. So I'm gonna have 2 minutes right here, and then we're gonna continue. Literally right behind here is the old road to Jerusalem pub that we was at the other day, and then the castle's just behind it. So. And a Robin Hood statue, so stick around for that. But I'm going to take 2 minutes here, and I shall be back. So here we are, just coming outside of the castle. And we've got very posh townhouses here, including this one, which looks like someone famous lived in. World Service. Services Club. There we go. Castle Market, Lace Market Castle. So quiet. Anyway, as you can see right in front of us is that old chum. This is where Robin Hood stood and still stands today. So we was just down there the other day, me and Mike. And there he is, Robin Hood, with his giant anime style eyes. And you can see where loads of people have been touching the end. Oh, just about touch it. I guess these are like beggars. This guy's got a harp here. Well, he's got arrows as well. Maybe they're just different pictures of different Robin Hood scenarios. So you got Friar Tuck here. This guy is obviously Friar Tuck, the monk. So there's a fellow with arrows again here, with another fella. Ooh. And then we got these. Robin Hood shooting his last arrow. Alright, he looks old though. He's got like long hair. Jesus on a cross above him. King Richard, Lionheart, joins the hands of Maid Marian and Robin Hood. Joins the hands, they create brotherhood. And sisterhood. Robin Hood, Maid Marian and Friar Tuck with hounds fighting Guy of Gisborne's men. Okay. Robin Hood and Little John fighting on the bridge. Ooh. And then we've got part of the castle here. I'm assuming the gates are just around the corner. This statue of Robin Hood with its complimentary plaques was presented to the city of Nottingham by Phil E.F. Clay, Esquire, to commemorate the visit of their Royal Highness, the Princess Elizabeth and the Duke of Edinburgh on the 28th of June, 1949, which is almost to the day. It was yesterday actually, during the city's quincentenary celebrations. Well, it was almost here to the day. Let's go see what's around the corner though. And if you know me, I do love my coffee, so there's a couple of places starting to open now, but there's still no. It's 1 minute to 8 and it's so quiet around here, it's unreal. Anyways, go up around here. So it's 15 quid for an adult to go in, which ain't too bad actually, but this gives you a scope of what you see once you're in. So all I can see pretty much is a field on top of the brow of the hill here. Massive warehouse, man, right behind it. And then this is kind of like a what the castle probably looked like back in the day, maybe, with its with the drawbridge and everything here. And then this, obviously these parts don't exist anymore, but we're right by here. Robin Hood. And here's Nottingham Castle. So there's a gate there, we'll look on the gate shortly. It's horrible, it's really humid, my room is humid all night. Anyway, for those of you who are into like history and stuff like that, the English Civil War started right at this very point where King Charles I was actually in here. And if you live in America and stuff like that and you wonder what the English Civil War was, it was basically when Parliament wanted to rule the country and the King wanted to rule the country, and they got to that point where there was so much pressure that people who were supporting the royal family went to war against the people who were supporting Parliament. So there was a massive civil war in the UK. It started when King Charles I was in power, and he was actually in the castle here when they called the war on. So what happened was he declared war, and what they did, they literally just barracked up the castle and kept him in there, obviously to stop people going in and to kill him. There was almost a car crash behind me again. What's up with me filming and car crashes happening? Yeah, so King Charles I was literally in here when he called the Civil War. I'm assuming Nottingham was royalists. Yeah, I would say Nottingham was more of a royalist place. I mean, you wouldn't call a civil war when you're in a city which is heavily supporting the Parliament movement, or Parliament to have more control in the UK, yeah. But he called the Civil War right in here, and they just barricaded it up and looked at it and obviously fortified the castle at the time. So yeah, it was King Charles I versus Oliver Cromwell of the Parliamentarians. Anyway, took ages to say that, didn't I? Civic Award Trust. I guess if you live up there, you've got beautiful views of the castle. King Richard. Ah, so you've got that up the top there. Let's be honest, I'm probably not going to go in there, especially with the time constraint. But yeah, it's 15 quid per adult if you want to go in there. Ding ding. So yeah, let's head on into the town centre now and have a coffee, or maybe if these guys are open, I'll have a coffee and enjoy the view. Oh yeah, if you want to see a guided tour of the old path to Jerusalem, or the Jerusalem pub down there, which is England's oldest inn, go and check out Spud Boy's channel. He had a very in-depth tour. I had a tour of the bar. You know what I toured a couple of Guinnesses. Alright, see if these guys are open down here. Yeah, look, it's ghost town still. Yeah, apparently these guys are open, so they probably got tourists here all the time, so they just stick out good opening times. Right, let's go and check out the main city centre. There's still barely anyone in fucking Nottingham. It's weird as fuck. Yeah, so that breakfast was really good. It came to 17 quid including a latte. But it's gone 9 o'clock now, and it's still really quiet, which is good for me because I don't like being brash in public. So yeah, we're just coming up to the main central part of the city centre right by here, so we'll check out, I think this is the old market square, but we'll check out the square itself. And I have located a music shop. I want to go to a music shop. There's a few guitar pedals I want to get because I'm building a pedal board in the house. If you guys watch me on TikTok, you'll know that. I'm trying to figure out what this is meant to be. I know there's a water feature here. That doesn't look like a water feature. And then we've got a mini St. George's Hall here. Where is everyone to? Sun's come out and I got no sunglasses though, so I'm gonna stop whining about no one being here. It's nice. It's really nice here. It's probably too early for all the scruffs to come out. Posh alchemist. It's probably not on all four laws though.
Oh yeah, you ain't know.
Delivery. Right, let's go. These bikes just ditched everywhere. Liverpool's the same with the scooters. We don't do hire bikes there, it's just scooters. But they tend to just get dumped in random places. Like, the thing is, if you don't put them in designated drop-off spots, they continue to charge you. So I don't know why people don't put them away properly, because it's just losing money, wasting money. Anyway, the music shop's 5 minutes down this road, and I still got like 45 minutes till they open. So just trying to explore as much as I can while I'm like on my way there. But yeah, it's a very nice, clean city. Like, it's just like, for me, I'm just used to people just being out and about early, you know. But I am comparing this city to like Liverpool and Manchester, so it's a different vibe, you know. Gem leisure. Blue banana, that's a blast from the past. There used to be one in Newport. I'll probably be fine. There's a lot of cool independents around here. It's quite metropolitan, this bit. Ugly bread bakery. I think this is the street I was on the other night. Yeah, this is the fish shop I was in the other night. It's open until like 3 AM. And I got my Uber right in the corner by here. So that music shop's brand new somewhere. Apparently it's down here. This is closed. Look at that. Yeah, I think that's shut. Nottingham City Guitars. Unless they open at 10. The thing is, I have to make a quick decision now whether to come back here at 10 o'clock, or I could squeeze in the City Caves tour. If you didn't know, Nottingham's notorious for having like a cave system underneath the city, so could do that instead. Thank God for Gorilla Glass. I just realised that the back of my camera smashed, but it's Gorilla Glass over it. Thank God for that. Anyway, just down here is the Motorpoint Arena, where the Nottingham Panthers ice hockey plays, and they do events like UK's Strongest Man. So I think I'm going to be finishing the video by here shortly. There's not much more for me to do today. I am literally waiting for the lads to tell me when to go. So I was going to do the cave experience, but I might be in there and then things might change and I might have to rush to leave. So I'll save that for another time I'm back in Nottingham. I'm pretty sure I'll be back. But yeah, it's been great. It's been a bit of a wash because the amount of stuff I've had to do while I was here. Yesterday was a really long day and it took it out of me, especially with the heat, the sun. Oh yeah, and I'll tell you about the hotel. When I got there, the guy gave me a... There was no one there to meet me, so I had to ring the number to get access to the property. And then once I got access to the property, the guy gave me a room. So I jumped on put all my stuff in my room, and I went to leave. And then he was like asking me to wait, but he wouldn't tell me why to wait. And he was almost like forcefully trying to keep me at the premises, because he was standing on the other side of the gate at the front of the house. It wasn't forcefully, but he was trying to make me not leave by standing in front of the gate, which was awkward. He could have just explained to me that what happened was they changed my room, so I had to go back in that room, and I had to put my stuff in a different room. But he could have just said, "Hang on a minute, we might change your room for you before you leave." But he just kept on saying, one moment for like 15 minutes, and he was grinding on me a bit. So they ended up putting me in the attic room, and the attic room was so hot. Literally, I woke up in a puddle of my own sweat. It was that bad. But yeah, I feel all grossed out today. I did have a quick wash before coming out, but I just feel gross. So I'm actually looking forward to going to my own bed tonight. I don't normally say that. I do like traveling, love staying in new things, but the property I stayed at for the past 2 nights just didn't make me feel safe at all, if I was to be honest. I'm not going to put them in the video description below. I'm not going to recommend them, but I'm probably going to give them some feedback, because if I was a solo traveller and I was a female, maybe I might felt that there was something weird going on, you know? As a male, it felt like something weird was going on, but I still felt like I was in control of the situation. So yeah, and I'm not trying to say women are weak, but you know, if I was a solo traveller and a female, maybe I'd think something fishy's happening. Anyway, I want to say thanks for watching. Here we go. Let's have one last look at Nottingham's Motorpoint Arena right there. There are people going in. There's security right there doing bag checks as people are entering. I don't know what's going on today. Let me know in the description below if you do know. But they got the UK strongest man there. Maybe it's just an ice hockey game. Maybe I did see people go in with ice hockey stuff. Some people just walked in on no entry area, but there. Yeah. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this little wander around Nottingham and a couple of clips of the beer festival, let me know. I think next time you see me, so this is going to be a Wednesday video, but next time you see me, I think I might be in Wigan. So there's a small little beer thing going on there, but we're going to go maybe try some Wigan pies. I've never had a Wigan pie before. Apparently they're nice. It's a pie and a sandwich, essentially. So it's nothing too complicated about that. But yeah, but I'm really tired now. If you like the video, hit subscribe. If you're new to the channel, obviously hit subscribe. If you like the video, hit like. It's totally up to you. But yeah, I'll see you next time, next Wednesday in Wigan. This Saturday we got 2 more. Yeah, so this Saturday is going to be Morocco, then Morocco again, and then I think there's a 6 video series of Lithuania as well, which I managed to do in 2 days, which I can't believe it. I did 6 videos in 2 days. I'm pretty sure Spudboy might be proud of me for that. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. This tired guy has got to get home. I got to get back to Liverpool. It's still so quiet, dude. I mean, what's the time now? It's 10:30 now, and it's still really quiet in Nottingham. Unreal, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, I'll see you all next time. I'm going to bed. Peace.